Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Bible study of 2 Kings, and today we are in chapter 24. So we finished chapter 23 with Josiah really doing a good job and putting right what was so wrong before, and he got rid of all the occultism, all the high places, everything, and he went traveling around Judah and really cleansed it, which was great. However, he then died in battle. That was part of God's plan to save him from seeing the evil that was going to come upon Judah. And his son took over, who was really evil, and he went back and brought the evil back into Judah after all that Josiah had done. So, yeah, I mean, for me, that kind of also shows that no man can fix all the evil. We've seen in Kings where you've got a good king and you have such hope, you're like, yes, and then the next guy comes and just ruins it and brings evil back. There is only one man that can get rid of the evil, and that is Jesus Christ. And that is just proven time and time again here, that no regular human can do this, only Jesus. So today we are in chapter 24, and let's see what happens. Right, okay, let's get started. Chapter 24. In his days, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came up, and Jehoiakim became his servant 3 years, and he turned and rebelled against him. And the Lord sent him bands of the Chaldees, and bands of the Syrians, and bands of the Moabites, and bands of the children of Ammon, and sent them against Judah to destroy it, according to the word of the Lord which spake by his servants the prophets. Surely at the commandment of the Lord came this upon Judah, to remove them out of his sight, for the sins of Manasseh, according to all that he did. And also for the innocent blood that he shed, for he filled Jerusalem with innocent blood, which the Lord would not pardon. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoiakim and all that he did, they are not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah. So Jehoiakim slept with his fathers, and Jehoiachin his son reigned in his stead. And the king of Egypt came not again any more out of his land, for the king of Babylon had taken from the river of Egypt unto the river of Euphrates all that pertained to the king of Egypt. Yikes. Yeah, so I forgot to mention in chapter 23, we also ended with the Pharaoh of Egypt imprisoning the king, and he put heavy tax on them as well and made them pay tribute to him. So here we're being introduced to King Nebuchadnezzar. Now he's well known, I've definitely heard of this one. So Nebuchadnezzar was in a battle that established Babylon as the next world superpower, and it brought Egypt under Babylonian control. So now Babylon is getting the power. And so Nebuchadnezzar then wanted to go for Judah to try and gain more control, and Jehoiakim submitted to him for 3 years, but then he finally rebelled. This Nebuchadnezzar attack was Judah's judgment. Okay. Jehoiachin was 18 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned in Jerusalem 3 months, and his mother's name was Nehushta, daughter of Elnathan of Jerusalem, and he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, according to all that his father had done. At the time of the serpent, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came up against Jerusalem, and the city was besieged. And Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came against the city, and his servants did besiege it. And Jehoiachin, the king of Judah, went out to the king of Babylon, and his mother and his servants, and his princes and his officers. And the king of Babylon took him in the 8th year of his reign. And he carried out thence all the treasures of the house of the Lord, and the treasures of the king's house, and cut in pieces all the vessels of gold, which Solomon king of Israel had made in the temple of the Lord, as the Lord had said. So because of Jehoiakim's rebellion, Nebuchadnezzar sent troops to Jerusalem. But by the time he got there, Jehoiakim's reign was over, and Jehoiachim, oh hello, his son had taken over. But that didn't stop Nebuchadnezzar. He took Jehoiachin captain as well, and then took them to Babylon and took loads of treasures with him. And he carried away all Jerusalem, and princes, and all the mighty men of valor, even 10,000 captains, and all the craftsmen and smiths. None remained, save the poorest of the people of the land. And he carried away Jehoiachin to Babylon, and the king's mother, and the king's wives, and his officers, and the mighty of the land. Those carried he into captivity from Jerusalem to Babylon. And all the men of might, even 7,000, and craftsmen and smiths 1,000, all that were strong and apt for war, even them the king of Babylon brought captive to Babylon. And the king of Babylon made Mattaniah his father's brother king in his stead, and changed his name to Zedekiah. So Nebuchadnezzar has come in, he's besieged Jerusalem and he's taken 10,000 people with him, only left the poor there, and he's put a puppet king in his place to rule over Judah, who we now call Zechariah. Zechariah was 21 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Hamutal, the daughter of Jeremiah of Libnah, and he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. I mean, I'm not even surprised at this point, according to all that Jehoiakim had done. For through the anger of the Lord it came to pass in Jerusalem and Judah, until he had cast them out of his presence, that Zechariah rebelled against the king of Babylon. So this looks like it's coming to the end of Judah. God did what he said he would, and he's reached his limit of how much he's going to tolerate, and his people were banished from his presence, and they were all taken away to Babylon. And Zechariah is the final king of Judah. So we'll find out tomorrow how the story ends with Judah. Oh, it's kind of sad. So there you go, that was chapter 24, just a little one really. We've got the beginning of God's judgment now, and banishing his people. So yeah, what did you think? Let me know. Please leave any takeaways that you've got in the comments. Do like this video if you liked it, and make sure you subscribe so you can come back and see as we continue through the journey. Tomorrow is the final book of Kings, then we are taking a break for the weekend, and then we're coming back on Monday, and I'll let you know which book we're going to start tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow so you find out which book we're doing next on Monday. But we are going to continue. So yes, remember, Jesus loves you. Have a blessed day, and God willing, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.